Pow Wow, yo yippee yay. This is Pow Wow number 23 with a remix of Enrico's daughter. Yeah, she knows it, right? Special thanks to Alex for the last 2 weeks covering the Pow Wow 22 and 23, which was really great. And it was so great that Blockchain Brothers are back. So Alex will be co-hosting the further powwows with me. So really excited about that. Today in the 24, we're going to talk about some market news, get into the DeFi, then talk about something extremely important at SwissBorg. How do we list tokens? What is the entire due diligence process in order to actually add new investment opportunities? Then talk about a bit about SwissBorg ecosystem, what's going on with the network, and have some fun like always. Like always, the family picture. I know there's missing one picture. I forgot who. I will add it next time. It's always great to see new figures that are popping up and a lot of cool people getting this new SwissBorg stash. And by the way, talking about new SwissBorg, we're getting new hats and new shirts probably, I think so, in a month or so. We'll just order them. So please comment, and the best one will always earn great goodies. Tweet of the day was my tweet you haven't seen it because it was censored. As you probably have known, it's been some time that there's a lot of advertisement that are promoting these fake giveaways, these big scams. And while I was waiting for last Crypto Night last week with Anthony Alex, I had this as an ad, and it's not the first time. So I said on Twitter that this doesn't make any sense, that us SwissBorg, we're are totally legit, we're licensed and all of that, and we're not allowed to do ads, but these scammy guys are allowed to do that. And anyways, my tweet got censored, and that's how things are sometimes, which unfortunately sucks. But talking about amazing tweet, and I really want to thank Enrico, because I think I forgot to do that. Yeah, this is crazy. Enrico, you got 1.4 thousand likes for this this comment that you did on CZ when he was wondering what would be the next token to list on Binance, and we got the most likes. We haven't heard anything back by CZ, which is unfortunate, but as we know, we'll persist and we always pursue our dreams, and I know eventually we'll get listed on Binance. There's no doubt there. So all of you guys are wondering, what are the next listing theme for August or for September going forward? A lot of people think about the DeFi, and other one will say, no, we want the regular big blockchains. And if you look at the different themes recently, you really see that DeFi is taking over, right? It's really a new phase. We're coming in this new euphoria of a bit about the ICO happened in 2017 boom. We're having a little similar type of boom happening in the DeFi space. And the reason is that, well, for lending, it's a massive market. For getting as well exposure to leverage, it's a very big market, and a lot of exchanges make money. And the DeFi space is trying to take that market. And we've seen that last year, MakerDAO with DAI and multi-DAI have really grown in the stablecoin space. But now we're seeing other elements such as Aave and Compound that are taking really the lending and the leverage space on a peer-to-peer level. And in terms of assets under management, it's just skyrocketing. We're now at 3 billion in this space. There's so much ETH that's locked. You see there over 3,000 ETH, which is locked, which is amazing, right? That's really shows that that the space is there to stick. I think so. And when you think about Aave, which are good friends of ours that we like very much, we really support that. And what does DeFi mean? DeFi means that you're in the decentralized space, right? You're most probably born from an ICO. You have distributed teams around the world, that you have a token economy, and all that the entire ecosystem is around that token, such as us, and that you're really here to enable accessibility, transparency, and bring something great to the new financial ecosystem that these different platforms are building. And us at SwissBorg, we're really a great mix of that DeFi and some centralized as well finance, where we have those referendums, we have the smart engine, and then we fully embrace this DeFi space. Before getting into what we're relisting, let's maybe talk about again what's crypto assets. A lot of people always ask me the question, Cyrus, but why there's so many different Bitcoins? Why there's so many different cryptocurrencies? And the terminology cryptocurrency is quite wrong. They're not all cryptocurrencies. They're born as cryptocurrencies, like payment tokens, such as Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, and many others. Their main purpose was essentially to eliminate or at least be competitive to the central governments that would issue their own crypto, and that crypto would be able to do peer-to-peer transactions, right? Mainly for payments, right? Bitcoin was born in the early days where people were essentially sending Bitcoins and buying different characters on video games and different other goods around the world. Litecoin was a competitor of Bitcoin. Monero had a different protocol for different reasons, and they really are the purpose are cryptocurrencies or payment tokens, right? Now it has other, Bitcoin it could be speculative and a store of value as well, but such as currencies as well. But the real main purpose is payments. Then there's blockchains. In the blockchain space, we have to think about these as networks, right? Ethereum, EOS, Tezos, Tron, all these different blockchains, they're networks. And what their purpose is for people to build in different applications, decentralized applications on it, or different tokens on it. And essentially what they are is Android and iOS. And then you build a lot of different things on it, different apps that could be really cool. Then, the big space that is growing and as that's taking over is utility tokens. We've seen a lot of them in 2007 that died, but we see a lot of them that did great performance. And a utility token, such as the SwissBorg token, it has multiple different utilities. It has like memberships, has voting rights, it could have a discount, it could have a lot of different things that enables people to participate within the network, right? It's like giving access to people to express their opinion, their voice, but on the same time to get access to the networks, such as essentially renting licenses. And the great thing is that you could always sell it after, right? You don't need to just buy the license of Microsoft whatever and then just use it and then eventually just buy another one. You could then sell it. That's why utility token is really growing within the blockchain ecosystem. Last but not least, we have asset-backed tokens or security tokens. These two are really the purpose is to bring assets on the chain. And these assets could be wherever you want. Gold, like we have in the app, Paxos Gold. USDC could be stable coins, for example, but it could be collectibles as well. Non-fungible tokens, such as CryptoKitties, or great ones that are produced by our awesome partners, Engine. And this is really interesting space as well because any asset could be tokenized. And further, even more, these non-fungible tokens is the future of video games, of art, of everything, of music rights. Is that mean that if you hold that token that's non-fungible, you actually own that character within that video game, that football player in that video game, or anything that could be could be digital as music files or something, movies or whatsoever. So these are 4 different asset classes within the crypto asset. And it's very interesting to see that those 4 actually, we have them as of today already in the Wealth app, right? We have Bitcoin, we have blockchain as Ethereum, we have utility tokens, and we have asset-backed tokens. So we already have these 4 different asset classes within the Wealth app. Now, how do we do due diligences? This is something that is truly important. And why do we take so much time as well to list these different projects? Is that we look at them in multiple different ways. One of the big one is investment opportunity. Is this a good investment opportunity for you guys or not? Are we going to list this? If we do, that means we highly think that this is a great thing to buy and eventually get profits out of it. How do we do this? Well, we look at multiple different things, right? Let's take the example, for example, of BNB. Okay, this is a token that a lot of people like, not breakfast BNB token. So we know well that Binance token, right, has been one of the most best performing token, right, ever. It was issued around at 10 cents, and today we have it at $17.81. That really shows, that this has been one of the craziest 9,000% return, and today's in the top 9. So we see that, this in terms of profit, it has been growing. That doesn't mean it's a good investment, because we were at the top and then, we missed the fun ride. But then we could look into it more as essentially who's the team behind it, right? When you look at the team behind Binance, right, and you could look this at CZ, and you see the number of followers is 535,000 followers. The guy's into crypto since a long time. And you look even further that for these guys, you can look at the exchange. I mean, now even CoinMarketCap is owned by them. So I don't know how this is relevant. But you could look at, the exchange itself, let's say for spot, and you see that these guys today have one of the greatest, volume through it. And then you look more into different aspects, saying like, what is the token and what is the utility? These are things that are very important that we look at. We look at as well the volatility, the correlation of that token towards, for example, Bitcoin. We look at the max drawdowns. We could look at as well, for example, Then regarding the investment opportunity, we look at as well what type of theme it is, right? The theme is something that's really important because, we never know what would be the best investment opportunity, but we always think that if you invest into a theme, you have highly chances to be successful. So Binance, for example, is something similar to us to some extent, right? They're a hybrid type of DeFi centralized token, and that's a very good theme. We know it because it's being proved that, by many exchange tokens, but as well many DeFi tokens, that they're the best performing because they have the best use cases. And that's a thing that we do encourage. And obviously, when we look at that, we want to make sure that we don't have too much of these teams either, right? So diversification is something that we really want to prone, and it's very important for us to show that, we have multiple different themes, we have multiple different asset classes, and therefore, that really encourages us. Then, market cap and all the volume that's traded, this is something that it does match a lot to make sure that we'll be able to buy at a good price, sell at a good price. These are more like the type of fundamentals that we look at as well to make sure that, in terms of risk, we'll be able to trade in a fun way. Community voice. This is something we take very seriously. I think that's where we all love you, we all love us, and we all love each other. Because we always, even if we could disagree and agree on things, we do know that we want to create a new financial ecosystem being community-centric and being meritocratic as well. And, these are, ways that we've seen so far that DeFi is something that you guys love, and I personally love too. So that's really cool. And we've seen that, for the different surveys that we have, rather on the website itself, or for example through CoinGig or Alex, on Twitter that DeFi is something that people really want, and I understand that it's quite boring to hold Ripple, rather have one of these great DeFi projects in it, and we see here actually on the website that they had 100 clicks that has been done to Binance token. So that could be, for example, one of a play that we would really like to encourage going forward. Technological opportunity. This is where, fortunately or unfortunately, sometimes we have limitations, right? So right now we have 4 exchanges for crypto, which is Binance, Kraken, LMAX, HitBTC. So whenever we want to add a coin, a token on our smart engine, we have to make sure that they're listed at least on 2 of them. Like that, we could really make sure we get best price. And the other thing is that it has to be supported in our MPC technology that's provided with Curve. So that limits us to some blockchains, right? One is ERC20 token. It's quite easy because we already have that within the protocol. But for different protocols, it takes much more time of development from both sides, from Curve and us, to integrate them. So those are the maybe the limitations. That. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you so much, brother. So as Cyrus was saying, guys, it's really important to look at coin and token listing on the Wealth app from multiple angles and opportunities. So for instance, Cyrus was talking about the investment opportunity, the community opportunity, right? But here is the technological opportunity. So when we want to list coins and tokens, of course, it needs to be listed at least on one of the exchanges that we connect to. But on top of that, and ideally at least 2 exchanges, so that we can really offer best execution and be the only app in the world to do so. And that's a great value proposition. But there is one key thing is, as you guys can see behind me, the coin and the token needs to be listed also or integrated on Curve, our MPC custody provider, because obviously if it's not actually integrated on Curve, we cannot list the token, unfortunately, for the time being. But it's not just about investment, about community, about technology. We also need to look at this from a collaborative opportunity standpoint. So what do we mean by collaborative opportunity? This is about cross-promotional activities, making sure that both communities come together, connect with each other, that we can use their community to promote and really maximize exposure of the Wealth app so that people can discover us and of course move to premium, which is very exciting. But on top of the collaborative opportunity, we also need to look at the competitive opportunity. So where is the coin and token currently listed? Is it on crypto.com? Is it on Bitpanda? Is it on Coinbase, et cetera, et cetera? And really try to look at that angle as well so that we have a competitive positioning within the actual market. So that's also something, guys, that is a really important factor when deciding which coin and token to list. And of course, last but not least, the token opportunity. So let's say, for instance, the token may have already 2 fiat trading pairs. But if we have 17 on the Wealth app, we can add 15 fiat trading pairs, but not just the trading pairs for accessibility, but through best execution, we offer also best liquidity. So you have local access with global liquidity, which is very exciting for many companies. And that's why many companies are approaching us recently to list on the Wealth app. Now, I'd love to show you more specifically an example of this methodology. So let's have a look at this, guys. All right, guys, so let's look at a specific example that covers all the points that we just mentioned here. So let's look at, guys, here. We can look at the Binance BNB coin, right? So is it actually integrated on Curve? Check. Is it on the smart engine exchanges? Check. In terms of investment opportunity, it is a mid-cap, but we know that Binance is actually offering the Binance card very soon. So is there a likelihood for other utilities in the pipeline? Yes, sir. In terms of opportunities, in terms of partnership, obviously, we know that we really want the CHSB token to be listed on a Tier 1 exchange. As you guys know, we're already providing volume for Binance as a brokerage service. So this is really good. But on top of that, listing their coin can only improve our relationships and give and give and give until they feel that we should earn that listing. So we'll keep doing our best to get that. So definitely a huge opportunity in terms of partnerships. Binance has other cool things such as lending, which is also an opportunity for earning yield and stuff like that. And this is really cool. So we talked about the tech opportunity. We talked about the SwissBorg community opportunity. Now let's look at the market opportunity. So for BNB coin, it is not listed on Coinbase or Revolut. So that is very interesting in terms of competitive positioning or market opportunity. So this is really interesting. And then in terms of the actual trading pairs, the BNB coin has lots of fiat trading pairs, but only GBP, Euro, and USD from what we offer. So even the BNB coin has 13 extra fiat currencies, and not only just accessibility by adding BNB and new fiat trading pairs, but also global liquidity. So local accessibility, global liquidity to buy the BNB coin, which is even more exciting. And you can see BNB is listed on Binance and BTC, so we can make use of our best execution. So just for you guys to know, this is the rationale that we're taking in order to list coins and tokens and really see things from all angles before we make a decision. So if there are coins and tokens that haven't been listed yet, there's probably that you love. There's probably a reason, but make sure that you always, vote on the website, that you participate on the polls on Telegram, but also comment here below if there is a coin and token that you really think we should list based on the different angles that we looked at today. Back on to you, Cyrus.
Thank you, bro. As you guys understood, we take this very seriously for listing, and it really goes from, investment opportunity to community voice to technological opportunity to collaborative opportunity, competitive one, and token. And this is something that we all score, and then we make sure that we list hopefully the best next investment opportunity for you guys. SwissBorg in the news. This was great. Merci beaucoup pour le Journal du Coin. This is a great influencer that really helped us to grow in terms of downloads in the community. It's really cool to have people supporting us. And same goes the same with this wonderful gent based out of UK that is really showing that we're still much undervalued, which I believe as well. And there's a real big opportunity here at SwissBorg to grow from 10 cents, 13 cents to whatever is going to be the next, threshold. I know back then we used to count the cents club, 3 cents, 4 cents, and now we don't have that anymore. But hopefully we'll get into the top 10, as I always say, and we will get there. I'm very confident about that. Other videos from SwissBorg Mania, a lot of cool ways of promoting us and tutorials for the French markets. We had the Italian market as well. We're having the German market. It looks like there's someone who contacted me just yesterday about the Indonesian market. It's great to see all these beautiful burgers coming together and creating this massive DAO and how we could educate people, because that is the #1 key. And that's why I always love doing this. Now with Alex, it's even better. Talking about Alex and Kryptonite, we have Girl Gone Crypto. Will be doing a great interview Wednesday, as always, at 9 p.m. Zurich time. Please check out the live. Many questions have been written, and I will try to answer them as best as I can. Will you be listing DeFi coin next? And will it be this week? So guys, you have to know one thing. It's very hard what we're doing right now. I mean, think about it. We just launched the Wealth app in March, so like 5 months ago. And we already have listed a big amount of tokens, which is 5 or 6, and things are going very well. But behind, it doesn't mean when you launch something, you don't never have any issues, right? And you do have some issues eventually. And right now, the team is really focusing a lot on fixing bugs and trying to improve the new releases, on new dashboard, things on the back office that you not necessarily see, but we do see. And unfortunately, we cannot communicate on dates as always. But we're doing our best for sure to be listing different tokens in the near future, and that's something that we'll be doing. Top tier exchange, yes, we want this. I mean, the tweet about BNB is obviously something that doesn't come from anywhere. We really want to be listed on one of these top guys. Um, you know, who's in the pipeline? Well, all the big guys. And what is waiting is that sometimes it's hard to get in contact with the team. Sometimes it's hard to be willing to negotiate with them and find the right price to get listed. And we always take very seriously whenever we have to pay a service. So that's one of the reasons. Crypto Smart, how was my holidays? Amazing, guys. The 7 efficient ways of highly successful people. There's the 3 first. It's about focus on your own self. The other part is how do you essentially you work with people in life, right? And the 7th one is sharpen your saw, and that goes to as well take some vacation. It was amazing. Best time I had in France, Italy, and Switzerland. Amazing. It was really, really good. Really, I mean, really had a great time, which is good. Are we going to add dollar cost average feature inside the Wealth app? That would be really awesome. We'll have to think about it. We have thought about it, but we still haven't put this on the roadmap. Any date for the new premium? No date as always, and no dates for tokens, but we will have tokens listed on in August. About the withdrawal fees, right now it is indeed we have changed them. We have updated them, so hopefully you guys are happy with that. Other questions. Are the assets in the Wealth app insured? No, they're not as of today, but we're looking forward to do this in the future. How many assets do you plan to have in that by the end of the year? We need to grow much more than 100 million. 100 million was really the goal, but I think so we could get much more than that. So we have to grow the referrals. Will the SB Wealth app allow trade multiple fiat currencies? Yes, that's going to happen. As you guys know that. It's going to be really cool to have that. Local fiats you plan to add this year? We still already have, I think, so 17 or 18. So I don't think so we're going to have so many new ones. But maybe some Asian ones. And we're still working very hard for different, more exotic ones. But like the Brazilian Real, that's one. And hopefully we'll get that done, but it takes more time than we want. Are the presidents any efforts towards the launch of the U.S. at that point for now? No, we talked with partners that have license there, and we're still at a very early stage with these negotiations. But that is totally possible that we could maybe go through their bit license and offer essentially SwissBorg Wealth app. That's what, for example, what Binance has done. So let's see how things goes. But obviously, I'll be very, very happy to be in the US, and I think so we all know that the US is one of the biggest markets in the world. Community app numbers, we're at 135,000. Things are going extremely well. If you're not on the top 100, and if you're not, more importantly, this is very important, guys. I swear this is important. Be a Hall of Famer. You don't know why, but I could tell you it's going to be worth really a great amount in the future. Last but not least, our numbers, 30,000 people. It's very good. We have almost 1,000 people per day that is adding to the app, which is really a lot of people. We have 33 million under management, which is great. Roughly over $1 million per day of volume. The protect and burn today is roughly at 24,000, which is good. We have as well a great thing that's going on is that we have over 30 million CHSB that is staked, which is really cool. And we have 13,000 tickets so far have been scratched. As always, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this new format with the Blockchain Brothers. My name is Cyrus Fazel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg. Guys, I'm happy to be back. So keep safe, be healthy, enjoy your summer, and much love. Take care, guys. Have a good life.